Welcome to this week's edition of Appleseed Legacy.
My name is Gordon Spicer, and I'm here to bring you the good green news. Lots to cover this week, so let's go.
In business news this week, as reported by EnvironmentalLeader.com and others, several major coal companies such as Peabody Energy are now nearing bankruptcy with their share prices plunging close to zero, all thanks to the ever-dropping cost of renewable sources such as solar and wind. Meanwhile, as reported by TheGuardian.com, Norway's largest wealth fund has now chose to divest from coal-related sources, more evidence of carbon reduction driving business decisions. In other news from CBC.ca, Natural Resources Canada is now putting a heavy focus on proposals to increase the number of electric car charging stations across the country, with British Columbia currently leading the charge. Also, as reported by ecatnews.net, in spite of the dramatic legal situations arising related to Andrea Rossi's new nuclear technology, he appears to be willing to move ahead with his manufacturing and sales organizations around the world. Finally, from SustainableBrands.com, the Bank of America, in conjunction with various investor groups, is moving more than $8 billion into sustainability investments.
You know what? It doesn't stop here, and it's all good news.
In science news this week, as reported by OneGreenPlanet.org, the Knot Company has figured out how to make vegan food and dairy using high-tech, the molecular structures of meat combined with plant-based components. Meanwhile, as reported by news.discovery.com, researchers in China have discovered a way for solar panels to turn raindrops into electric power, further building on solar's potential. In other news from money.cnn.com, a company called Liquid Light has come up with a new technology that recycles CO2, generating byproducts that can be used in consumer products. Also, as reported by ScienceDaily.com, researchers have now discovered how to generate clean energy using a solar power bacteria. Finally, from TED.com, new research from Kamal Miatal has shown how to grow fresh air substantially, all from the optimal use of some common houseplants.
With news like this, we are going to win the game. Check out our mission at AppleseedLegacy.com. Jump into our newsreaders too, updated daily. Check us out.
In society news this week, as reported by FinancialExpress.com, India is set to increase their solar power to 100 gigawatts by 2022, half of which will be in place by 2019. This project is expected to generate over 1 million new clean energy jobs. Meanwhile, again reported by GreenTechMedia.com, towns in New York State are working towards purchase price agreements for their use of solar energy, pushing carbon pricing towards reality. In other news, OneGreenPlanet.org has reported that Veggie Grill, a new franchise selling 100% vegan foods, will be expanding across the US, making a clear statement that meat has a huge impact on CO2 pollution. Also, as reported by ABC.net Australia, the Green Party in Southern Australia is driving a plan to have the region powered completely by solar energy by 2030. This, of course, will drive the creation of thousands of clean tech jobs in the area. Finally, from CleanTechnica.com, the US Army and Air Force have now joined together to speed up the implementation of industrial-scale solar projects at military bases across the country. Good news considering the forces have historically been known to drive massive amounts of CO2 and nuclear pollution. In technology news this week, as reported by CleanTechnica.com, rural co-ops that serve more than 42 million people are now managing their electricity needs and are focused on solar solutions as their primary energy solution. Meanwhile, as reported by TheWashingtonPost.com, Apple is converting its App Store into a pro-Earth sales display just in time for Earth Day. In other news from MotorTrend.com, a review of the project Titan, Apple's new venture into automobiles, discusses features and images never seen before while exploring the Apple strategy in this area. Also, as reported by Telegraph.co.uk, the Faraday Company has begun building its own $1 billion mega plant for batteries and is expected to compete with Tesla in both the EV and battery industries. Finally, from EnvironmentalLeader.com, a new story this week regarding the plans of Cummins to produce technology for trucks that will reduce fuel usage by 50%.